You're welcome back. You've been watching Business Morning on Channels Television, reaching you live from Lagos. We've been talking about the foreign exchange market, and right now we've been joined by Harrison Owo. He is a BDC operator here in Lagos. Good morning, Harrison. Okay, if you can hear me, I just wanted to react to the decision of the Central Bank of Nigeria to lift the $250,000 sale limit to BDCs. What's your reaction to this move?
Apparently, this was just a new development that came in after the October 2nd last year, when the CBN gave on reduce the amount of dollars that the banks will sell to us to the duty of every 250. But of recent last week, actually, this orders were changed, orders were changed to revert to the previous year. You can buy, we can buy as much as your money will take, but under a caution that all retentions, we must submit all retentions to it. Well, it is a welcome development, and with this new development, you can see the exchange rate drops from what it was previously at 173 as at today at 168. If the naira appreciated by 6 naira, well, it's new policy. And also it's welcome development, and it will have in much way to reduce the pressure in the exchange rate. Apparently, this will also continue if there's also a lift from the importations of the currencies. You can understand previously it is the central bank and the bank that supplies dollars, but the banks are still under the siege of the 6G attempts to import. If those restrictions are actually lifted, we can see that in the possible future, the naira will appreciate, and the exchange that we are looking at 163 over the next few months.
Okay, I just want you to tell us what was the last exchange rate of the dollar to the naira that you actually transacted?
Last week, the exchange rate was at 162.5. But while up to the CBN rate, the official rate was at 167.73. And this week actually has actually dropped. But the CBN rate, the foreign exchange rate by the central bank is still at 167.7. While the interbank and zero exchange rate has dropped to 168 today.
Okay, have there been more demand for the greenback of the dollar since the pronouncement was made? Did you record increase in requests for the US dollar?
Well, there's been an increase in demand because see that it's a seasonal trend. If you take the seasonal trend, because most of the end users that buy up to 4,000, 3,000, do their immediate importation from the countries like China. And right now, the China's market is there, they are in holiday. So this actually push up the fold down to what the exchange rate you have. But in the foreseeable future, when there is more cash in the society, the naira will continue to appreciate against the US dollar at that time.
All right. Many people actually consider this move by the central bank as a short-term measure to help bridge the gap between the official market rates and the parallel market rate where you belong. Do you think that this is going to work on a long-term basis?
Yes, it will. Actually, if the pressure is not much on the currency, and if there's an internal control of the supply of the currency, there's definitely going to be a change in the foreign exchange market. We'll see continuously that the naira will continue to appreciate against all other currencies in market.
Okay, there are other BDC operators that you also relate with. What has been their reaction to this new development?
Well, what affects one BDC affects the other. So there's no personality out of this one. We are all in the market and seeing the trends, what is happening. So as the currency appreciates, or as the currency depreciates, it affects other operators. So So all we have to do is to take caution and to strategize the credit and also meet the customer demand. So that is actually what is happening now. We are looking up again to CBN to see what are the regulations that bring that would actually make the Naira more competitive in the market than what we are seeing now. As I said previously, we are looking at a 453 probably by next month. So because that's all things we are coming in, with the new policies coming in, and I think we'll all be happy that our currency will be appreciated against other foreign currencies.
Apart from the dollar, has there been request or demand for other currencies?
Will you repeat your question, please?
Apart from the US dollar, are Nigerians actually requesting or demanding for other currencies? Say the euro or the pound?
You can see dollar is the only currency that is being imported into the country with the central bank's money. Other currencies you cannot import, like the euro or the pound into the system. Those come through the customers or anybody coming in. That's why you got those on. But the main currency that is being imported in the country, which the central bank has absolute control, is the dollar aspect of it. And which is the main major currency being used in the whole world for trading. So the dollar still has an upper hand against other currencies. So when the naira appreciates against the dollar, it also appreciates against other currencies. When the naira depreciates against the dollar, it also depreciates against other currencies. So it's just a pari passu because people will switch. We call what is called switching. You switch from the lower currency to the higher currency or from the higher currency to the higher currency. So it depends on all your own strategies which you want to manage your foreign currency.
Okay, there's been this challenge of not actually, giving returns to the banks as regards what you've used the money for in terms of proper documentation. The business operators have been accused of not actually having to provide the documentation backing the transactions and having the purchases that they make from the banks. Is that true?
You can understand the banks are authorized dealers. The BDs are authorized dealers. Both the banks and the BDs are responsible to the central bank. So we all do our retention to the central bank. And the end users are those users that buy between 4,000 and 5,000, which is the highest an end user will buy. So all those things, we get their particulars, their passport, whatever they use, and do the retention direct to the central bank, not to a sum, which is the bank. Bank sells to us and report direct to the central bank. And we also buy from the bank and sell to the bank and report direct to the central bank. So our responsibility goes direct to the central bank, not to the bank. Our reporting is direct to the central bank and not to the bank. So the bank cannot ask, if they want more information pertaining to the customers that we sell to, then if they ask us, then we actually go to them from the one they sold to us. Because now there's a difference that from where we buy from the banks, we report from the bank to which we buy. So we do all the reporting from which bank we bought and from which bank we did not buy from. So as of now, it is a free market. Wherever you buy, whichever bank you buy, you have to report them and report at the rate which you bought and the rate at which you sold.
All right.
So every information is now forwarded to the who has an absolute control of the market.
Thank you, Harrison. That'll be all we can take from you.
Thank you.
That's been Harrison Over. He is a BDC operator, of course, having to talk about what they are doing at that end of the market in relation to this new developments from the foreign exchange market. Let's get back to Femi. Femi is still here with us. We're just going to wrap this up very soon. I want to ask you a question that relates to the emerging markets where Nigeria belongs to in relation to this currency. Now, some analysts say that the sharp decline in emerging markets equities and currencies, may have begun pressurizing the naira as global investors shift into safe haven assets. Do you seem to agree with this stance?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Investors will always chase where the returns is best for them. What we've seen before is that investors have been coming to the emerging market because yields have been so low in the advanced economy. Most of these advanced economies have been using some unconventional monetary policy like quantitative easing and everything to make sure that they've been creating artificial demand in that place to make sure that the returns are not so high because they want to improve consumption, they want to help the economy to grow and all sorts. So the guys there are not getting good returns, but at least they're getting cheap fund. So get the cheap fund and bring it to countries like Nigeria and co, where they have good returns. But what you've seen is, since a lot of them have started the reduction on started tapering, started reducing their quantitative easing, trying to boost the economy, returns have started going up there, and those guys have since gone back to return. Two things to it. One, the cheap fund they had before had become more expensive, and then some of them just want to pay down in order not to incur too much cost. And some will go back to invest in these advanced economies to make sure that things are happening. Or even looking elsewhere. Even like in Africa, Ghana was projected to grow better than in Nigeria. So now, if Ghana is better, why should I stay in Nigeria? So what you see is that most of these public investment that we so depend on, they are hot monies, and they don't stay around. So that's what happened. There are better opportunities now in most of those areas, and they will go to that place. And in terms of stock market that you mentioned, yeah, it just makes sense. If you have liquidity pool and yield increase from the money market or the fixed income market, opportunity got to that place, more return gets to that place, then you move into that place, pending when everything stabilizes back in the equity market. But I must sound the warning. This sharp effect on Nigeria equity market is going to be, it's sharp already, but it's going to be short term. Because very soon there will be reaction. If you look at it, there is no serious effect on the money market yet. Although it has started increasing this week, we're probably preparing for the eventual withdrawal by next week Tuesday. But what you see that after next week Tuesday, bank will adjust, the money market will adjust, and within a week, everything will be normalized. So I believe that the equity market will return to normal in very few days.
Okay, Femi, we'll keep our eyes on this development, and of course, try to monitor these issues that we've talked about on the show. Thank you very much for coming on the program.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we've been talking about the foreign exchange markets today, and our guests have been Femi Ademola, is the head of research at BJ PLC, and via telephone we spoke to Harrison Owo. He is a BDC operator and the CEO of HJ Trust BDC. And that's where we wrap up today's edition of Business Morning. Thank you for watching. We hope you join us again same time tomorrow. I am Bolaji Akinwale. News Track is coming up next.